Welcome to the live video edition of the Special Chronicles Show. No, not the Special Chronicles Show. My mistake, you guys. This is the Daniel and Georgia Show, season 3. No, but season 2, episode 3. I totally do not know what season this is, what show this is. This is the Daniel and Georgia Show. Season 2, episode 3. Family date nights is the main topic for the program, and we will have our live listener calls at a popular segment and a bunch of other fun surprises for you guys on this week's show. So let's get the show going, and yeah. Okay. In 3, 2, 1.
This episode is brought to you by listeners like you. Please support this podcast at SpecialChronicles.com/give. That's SpecialChronicles.com/give. I didn't know that you had a crush on me. How did I never see all that we could have been? High time we turned the pages, start a story for the ages. High time we got it going on. No, it's never easy for people who love anymore, but we gotta try.
Welcome back to this Daniel and Georgia Show, Season 2, Episode 3, talking all about family date nights and our live listener calls and much more fun. Welcome back to the Daniel and Georgia Show. My name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and DanielandGeorgia.com.
And my name is Georgia Hunter. I'm also Chef G. No, I am his love interest, and I'm also Chef G at Georgia's Kitchen.
True love. Love interest. It's all the same. It's all the same. Folks, so we had some technical difficulties before going on air today, and hey, this is real life, and so we mess up sometimes, but so do you, and this is real life. This is a real life show. So you get to see no edited, no, just in real life. So welcome back. We're so good. We are streaming this on our Facebook Live pages, Special Chronicles, at Special Chronicles, and at Daniel and Georgia. And video will be up on YouTube later, and the audio podcast will be up later on demand anytime soon. And enjoy, yeah. So this is the week beginning Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. And it's I had a good Sunday. How was your Sunday?
My Sunday was a little bit hectic because I was on my feet for 5 hours straight, but I felt fine. I was at Trader Joe's today, and by the time I got home, there was a huge line from the parking lot up till the very at the door today. It was that busy.
Awesome. Well, I took I'm looking based on the fitness activity tracker that you got me. I think it's about a 4-mile walk and about a 5-mile walk that included getting coffee and sitting in a park, reading my book. So and taking pictures and doing stuff on my phone. So yeah, that was fun. So let's speak. So we'll talk about family date nights and how our families already. Let me look in the description of the graphic that I made for the show. And when we talk about family date night, we're talking about the benefits of loving and supportive families. And so that's what we're going to be talking about on the show today. And so we've got lots of topics, both Georgia, you and I, we both have done some exciting stuff to talk about in the show, as well as we're going to call both of our dads later on in the program today. But let's remind our listeners that if you want to donate and help us support this podcast like this and others like it on SpecialChronicles.com, you can go to SpecialChronicles.com/give to help make these programs possible. Right?
Sorry, yes.
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and kick the show off with calling a friend of the program, one of our board members at Special Chronicles. She helps out as one of our volunteer producers, good friend. She is the manager of the Global Special Olympics cheerleading program. She is from Chevy Chase, Maryland, which is near Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. And should we go ahead and bring Darian on to the show?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna FaceTime her, but our viewers will only be able to see her, unless I have the camera on the facing the Skype video. So we're calling Darian on. It's connecting.
Hello.
Hey, Darian. You are live on the Daniel and Georgia show.
Well, hello, Daniel and Georgia. It's great to be on today. How are you two?
Good.
Hi.
Can you hear Georgia? Can you hear her?
Hi.
And you can see her.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? It's so nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, I'm Daniel's girlfriend.
Yeah, she knows that, I think.
Oh.
I know that. I know all about you from Daniel. It's wonderful.
Yeah, he's been thinking about me every single night, and I do the same thing for him.
Yeah. So we won't keep you long because we have some topics written down in our, well, you can see my handwritten show notes, and Georgia has show notes too. So let me flip the camera around on FaceTime. So we are streaming this on Facebook Live, and we'll record in the Skype video too. So the video will be side by side because I'm having issues with Ecamm Live. So our viewers can see you.
Hi, Darian.
And so. Oh wait, yeah, dude, yeah, See,
Yeah, I see you.
Next time, I think what we'll do is we'll bring you in through Skype or whatever, and that way people can see you.
Yeah, Skype or Zoom. Yeah,
Zoom,
it's great.
Yeah, either. Yeah. We'll figure that out but you connected through Bluetooth through my new Rodecaster Pro, which I don't know if I ever showed you this. This is a real life conversation show, so this is the new setup.
Your new board.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I can record right in there. I have the audio clips here. The micro SD card. So a lot of podcasters are using this. Even Bob Saget, from Full House. So he started a new podcast, and he uses this. And like a lot of podcasters are now using this because this makes it so like as you know, like it was so complicated. I mean, yes, there's still difficulties like we had today, but like. This makes it so easy. I can call people up on the phone and just.
Yeah, you're going big time, Daniel.
I know. Well, over like 11 years now, and did you see that video on SOI on how to prepare podcast interviews?
Oh wow! No.
So as SSI GMs and I guess athlete leaders, they've got an expert tips series. Where we're giving like tips on like Hannah did on like how to give a presentation or speech. Somebody else did on, I think Nasha did it on hand washing, and I did it on how to prepare podcast interviews because well of course yeah, and so we what. This is how professional we are. We're doing this on air. So I'm texting.
You know
what
you have to.
Yeah.
You do it.
You do what you have to do. So I texted Georgia. Oh wait, hold on. She's calling on Skype on her phone, so she might not. You can't see the script, right? I mean the questions. Okay, so usually Darian, Georgia's the one that asks the questions.
Yes, exactly.
Today, no one's commented on Facebook Live, so usually we have people commenting. But
they will eventually.
Yeah,
Kind of
you can share. Darian, you can share it on your page if you want.
Okay.
So let me get to the questions, and you won't be able to. My video's paused, but that's because I'm going to the questions. So go back to here. There we go. Okay, so the first question is, Georgia thought of most of these questions, just so you know. What was your favorite Special Chronicles show episode?
Well, I have a couple of them, but they are when you interviewed the cast members from Born This Way.
The cast, and Jonathan Murray and the creator. Yeah,
and the creator. Mm-hmm. I loved that series of interviews for you because I remember when you were trying to get an interview with at least one of the cast members, and then that finally happened, and then it was like, one right after the other. It was awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and you said that you have some other favorites too, or?
Well, that series is my favorite, and I mean, I love all your interviews, Daniel.
Yeah.
So fun. Like when I can find something for you and send you an idea, and it works out, and you are able to be that person, and it's really fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And you're really good with helping as a producer, and So that's pretty. And I thought you were also going to say the Tim's show when Tim was on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
In the hotel.
Yeah, in Chicago, and I was so honored to be there. To be able to see the interview live, and I know that was the interview you had been waiting to do
10 years
for a long time, and it was so great that we could all be there together for it, and that it happened during the 50th anniversary in Chicago.
Yeah,
that was really great.
I know. Yeah. It's amazing. Like even his son had when Timbo was on during our 100th episode, like he even made a connection with it was almost the 50th and it was almost 10 years of Special Chronicles, and like he made a connection with 50 years of Special Olympics and 10 years of Chronicles, but like that was like maybe a few years before the actual anniversaries. So so just so we can keep Georgia in the conversation, this is the Daniel and Georgia show, but we'll get to a question related to her in a few moments. But in the past, what do you like most about Special Chronicles? And I'm going to add on to a question so we can pull so it fits with this show, because this is different than the Special Chronicles show on our podcast network. So what's in the past, what do you like most about the Special Chronicles platform? Like I'm telling people that it's like NPR, like National Public Radio, but for those of us with disabilities or special needs or special attributes. And so what do you like? Sorry, I'm going back to the question here. What do you like most about Special Chronicles and the Daniel and Georgia show?
That you're giving voice and respect for people with intellectual differences. Yeah. And that is what there isn't a lot of platforms out there that give that opportunity for people in the community that have a voice, and they want to be able to share their experiences, whatever they may be, with the world. And you were giving that opportunity to so many people, Daniel. And now with the Daniel and Georgia show, I'm really excited about this. It's so great for you two to come together and have a show of your own as well. I am really looking forward to this program and developing over the next few years.
Yeah. And actually, we took season 1 is called the Oleos, because we took when Georgia and I, when we co-hosted from Special, we took those episodes and pulled that out of the Special Chronicles show and put that in this feed. So it's season 1 is the Oleos. So and then now season 2 is called Date Nights. And so we're chronicling. It's kind of like an audio documentary, kind of like the Bonus Way with it being a docuseries. That's kind of what the Daniel and Georgia show is, because it goes from White Georgia. It goes from when we were friends and when we first met through the athlete leadership program in Special Olympics to when we were in to like now, and who knows what the future will go to. But like, it's, think of Bonus Way as a docuseries. This is an audio docuseries, if you kind of, right? Would you think that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I just think it's great that you both have a passion for this business and will be able to work together and come up with a lot of great content for this program.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, I know that in the first 2 weeks of season 2, we have between the audio podcast and the video edition. So both, if we combine, because that's what we do a lot for our listeners, we combine the audio podcast and video, because we have, 2 sets of listeners, audio podcast and video viewers. And so total, season 2, the Daniel and Georgia show, in the past 2 weeks, we've had 140 listeners to just this program.
Wow, that's great.
So
that's great. And so beautiful, Daniel and Georgia, is for the world to just see your relationship and how you met and what you guys are doing. I think it's really important for the world to see individuals who are within the community of Special Olympics and also in your community working and then doing the things that you love, the broadcasting. It's really great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It's amazing, and hopefully you can meet Georgia in person sometime, because her older sister lives in DC. So
that's right. Yeah, I know that you two were talking about coming here. At some point now. Right?
Yeah. Well, not really sure, but once it's, I would say once it's safe to travel, we can, get back.
We can actually do that and actually come.
Yeah. And
absolutely.
And then we'll all have to have dinner. Us and her sister and her sister's fiance and
my sister and her fiance.
Yeah. So, what is, as we move on, because we've got a few more questions for you. What does Special Chronicles mean to you? But before you get to that, maybe you could just talk about what does the Daniel and Georgia show mean to you, and what does Special Chronicles mean to you? Oh, did I ask that already?
Yes, you did.
That I think that this platform that you've created, with Special Chronicles and now adding the Daniel and Georgia show, it's really so uplifting and joyful and inclusive, and it's showing the world your abilities, your love life, and just your passion for broadcasting. So I really, really thrilled about Special Chronicles and the Daniel and Georgia Show. Like as I was saying earlier, I think that we'll bring a lot of great content to each of the programs, and we'll get a lot of people interested and wanting to see every week what's going to happen with Daniel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so, yeah, I know. And it's you're cutting out a little bit there, but yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Thanks for that feedback and comments, and it's
thank you.
It's amazing. It's amazing that we have so many generous listeners and so many listeners and supporters who care and there was a question I was gonna ask you, and I blanked, and I should have wrote it down in my notebook here. But in the notebook that Darian I got at the media reception at World Games. So I have two notebooks, but yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So the other question that I had that we we have for you is
yes, we have.
On two, I can't read this handwriting. I mean, it's better handwriting than me, but who is your favorite co-host? Who is your favorite co-host? Out of all the co-hosts that we've had at Special Chronicles, keep in mind, Georgia was the first in-studio co-host. And so once once this, whole social distance stay-at-home thing, more of the whole stay-at-home thing is lifted, Georgia will be able to come back in studio and sit at the mic. Like right now where my computer is, where Skype is, there's another microphone on top of that. And so we'll be able to kind of be in the same studio, which will be a lot better than Skype. But
yeah, that's a huge difference.
But we've had other co-hosts like Jim Morgan. I don't know if you remember him from 5 years ago or whatever. We had Kyle. We've had my cousin as a co-host on a few episodes. And so out of all of our co-hosts, who has been your favorite co-host?
I have to say Georgia.
Oh my God, Darian, you actually made my day. I love you so much.
Aw, I love you too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, and kind of back on something that you talked about when you talked about kind of the impact of Special Chronicles and the Daniel and Georgia Show. What do you see as encouraging for people like your daughter Joelle and other fellow Special Olympics athletes and other people with intellectual differences, and when they listen to this program and they kind of listen to all of our programs on the Special Chronicles podcast network?
I just, my screen is, for some reason, the screen that I'm talking to you on is not working with the FaceTime right now. But
that's fine.
Just the opportunity that Special Chronicles provides for the special needs community and all the different things that are happening out there with individuals, whether they're a Special Olympics athlete or what they're doing work-wise, how they're being contributors to their community, and I know this platform would be really great for Joelle to do this, but I don't know if it's something that she will do. But, just for you to give people that opportunity to come on and to talk about whatever it is that they're doing and share with the world is great, because a lot of people in the special needs community don't get that opportunity to talk and their experiences with the world. And this is a great opportunity for them to do that.
Awesome.
Does that answer?
Yeah, it does. And so we've got just a couple more questions. Georgia's also I had to text/message her in the Skype chat. She's going to ask you a question, just off the top of her head. But before we get to that, Darian, I remembered what I was going to ask you before, and I don't know if you saw if you're friends with Georgia on Facebook. If not, you should be. Are you friends with her, Darian? Oh, you kind of cut out there a little bit.
Did Dylan just hung up?
No, she's there. We just can't hear her.
Oh.
We still can't hear you, Darian. She's talking, but we can't. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I can hear.
So, are you friends with Georgia on Facebook?
I don't know if I'm friends with Georgia on Facebook.
If not,
well,
we will
can
connect
actually
you.
friend me on Facebook if you want.
So go to my page, Darian, and then where it says in a relationship with, you can.
And you'll see my name right there, and you'll just tap it, and you'll just hit friend.
Add friend. And so you don't have to do this on air, but like, yeah, if you want. But anyways.
All right. Yes.
Okay, so Georgia will accept you now that you guys have met on air for the first time. I know it's amazing the connections we're able to make through Special Chronicles and all our various different programs, right? Like you talked about, like Wady. Yes, Special Olympics gave us the courage for the two of us to meet, but I also Wady strongly believe that kind of through Special Olympics, but then also through Special Chronicles, helped to give me the courage for us to meet. Not just, and I don't want that to make it sound like it's like you find love through Special Chronicles, but that's not like, Special Olympics. No, I mean, but like, yeah, like if kind of, do you see what I mean?
Yeah. The community is small, but yet I think, there's people that it could be years before you ever meet them. And I think it's really great how we were able to connect, and then like how, I guess you and Georgia, right? I mean, It was through Six is how the two of you met.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through Special Olympics and then Special Chronicles kind of gave me the courage to, really connect even
He
further.
and I have a lot of things in common because I'm a swimmer and he's a swimmer, so that's
one of the
in between how we met.
But also when
really love swimming, don't you? You're pretty committed to.
Yeah, she went to the USA Games, a couple times, but through this like kind of like Wady kind of going back to like now season 1 of the Daniel and Georgia show, like if you look at the early years, Wady like this platform, this Wady kind of gave us an opportunity, like people not only get to heal our entire journey from when we first met to today, but like people also kind of it's like this neat kind of audio documentary type of thing that people get to really like kind of witness firsthand, which is the power of our story and the power of this audio storytelling.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's really great.
Yeah.
Really.
So what I was going to say is, I don't know if now that you are going to be friended with Georgia on Facebook, she just and what I was actually going to bring this up later on in the program, but I'll bring it up now, and Georgia can kind of further explain it. But Georgia is, and hopefully we can get this on our. Did you see that we have a DanielandGeorgia.com website?
Yes, and I'm following it.
Yeah,
I like that.
And then TV. tv.DanielandGeorgia.com/watch is the video portion of that. And so Georgia is, and hopefully we can even get this on SCTV. I need to talk with Georgia more off air, but about this idea of getting this on the Special Chronicles digital television channel, SCTV. Nothing related to ESPN and SC, but that's a whole. Anyways, that's besides the point. So Georgia is launching. Long story short, Georgia is launching Georgia's Kitchen, which is a cooking video show on her Facebook page. That's why I want to get it on SCTV and tv.DanielandGeorgia.com/watch as well. But Georgia, do you want to briefly tell Darian about this thing that she just premiered the first 2 episodes this past week?
That's great. I watch it.
All right, so Darian, I started my own segment called Georgia's Kitchen. I just did episode 1 about introduction about what is Georgia's Kitchen, and then episode 2, which I did since yesterday, was how to make a meal. And I made pigs in a blanket, meaning pigs in a duvet. And I actually described about how to plan a meal and stuff like that. And then now I'm on to episode 3, which is this upcoming Saturday, how to make a main meal. So I'm taking one dish at a time through a cookbook that I'm doing.
And something that you should know, Darian, is she is graduating from Triton College in cooking and culinary, I believe.
I'll be getting my bacon and pastry certificate on the 20th of May.
Congratulations.
A live audience.
Thank you, Daniel.
So, did you want to reply to that, Darian, on her new cooking show?
Said that you were doing your live, or you're doing some cooking videos. It's on your Facebook page?
Yes.
It's basically just on Facebook Live. I'm not putting any videos on YouTube quite yet, because on YouTube you have to wait and upload every single video.
Yeah, but if
you go on Facebook Live, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, but we could talk about that, George. She can still do it on Facebook Live, but we can talk about archiving it on the SCTV channel if you want.
Yeah.
But we could talk about that off air. But do you want to comment on?
Yeah. So Georgia, what are you planning to make over the course of the next few videos that you are scheduled?
Well, I just made my the pigs in a duvet. I'll be making sloppy joes, which is a main meal this upcoming Saturday. Then the next one will be a drink, and then the week after the next will be a dessert, and then I'll just keep having a variety. But basically, it's going to be based on healthy meals, not the other stuff, like sugary stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's important. So really to make inspire your viewers to eat healthy.
Yeah. And then for each video, I'm going to say, I'm going to show off the actual meal and say bon appetit to each video.
I love it. That is great.
Thank you, Darian.
Welcome. What you said that on one of the episodes you will be making a drink?
Yes. That will be the week after this Saturday.
Okay. Is it a smoothie or what type of drink is it?
Well, hold on a sec.
She's pulling it in a notebook? Or notebook?
It's more of a cookbook. This is the
cookbook
that I'm using.
Oh, I should.
It's
well,
called
okay.
the Trader Joe's cookbook.
She works at Trader Joe's.
Thank you. Let's see.
So I'm doing. She cooks at Trader Joe's.
I'm not really sure yet. Maybe a mojito or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, I'm trying to learn new things. Like I have made half of the stuff in this cookbook, but I'm gonna try and find new stuff.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Georgia, when in school, what was the most favorite meal that you made?
That would be the pigs in a blanket.
Okay, that was your favorite. All right.
Yeah, but this one, it's not really, it's not a hot dog. It has asparagus, prosciutto, and a crescent roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but I actually tried it for the first time, and
I think she.
Oh, did she?
Take a video for us. Don't you? Take that.
Anyway, Dan.
Anyways, we'll wrap up with one final question. Hopefully, Georgia can come back. So how has Special Chronicles platform and the Daniel and Georgia show impacted you?
How has it impacted me? I am a strong supporter of people with intellectual differences who are motivated and they want to make a difference in this world and inspire people everywhere. Inspire people who have a diagnosis of some sort or don't, to get them thinking about things that they might not have thought about before. And Special Chronicles and the Daniel and Georgia show give that opportunity for everybody.
Awesome.
Is there anything specific that you want to know?
No, that's perfect. I guess have you heard from our listeners, any from within the community? Because I know you also have access to the Facebook page for Special Chronicles, and so because I can't always look at all the DMs that we get on our social media, but just either that or just have you heard from any of our from our thousands of listeners?
I check in every once in a while to read remarks and stuff, and it's people really enjoy it. They all the episodes, and I think people are really going to enjoy the Daniel and Georgia show a lot. What are some things that you and Georgia talked about as far as show topics?
So season 2, episode 1, we talked about social distance date nights and how we're having date nights doing social distancing. But in her sister Emma said we were inspiring her to kind of do that because we have been doing that for years already, with FaceTime and stuff, and so so that was one. Last week we talked about season 2 episode. I'm hoping it recorded the first half of the show.
We did. It's just that I'm charging my phone while we're doing
the thing is, I don't. No, I don't. Oh wait, hold on. It did save the first half of the video, so that's good. Okay, it did record the first half of the video. So, okay.
Are you talking about the live on Facebook?
No, the live is still live. I'm talking about I'm recording it on Skype. So the live you just see me, but the Skype video recording, you're gonna see us side by side. You're gonna be able to see both of us. in the so yeah, it's all good now. So what was I saying? I was saying something profound, something about something.
About you and Georgia, your plans for upcoming episodes, and you started to talk about it.
Oh yeah, we talked about last week about Friends and how we all. So season 2, episode 2 was about how our friends are really encouraging our date nights and encouraging us, and really the importance of friends. And it was actually titled Global Friends Date Night. So I made mention of my friends Ben in Australia, Ian in Great Britain, Kira Ireland and Kira in Great Britain, and all the SSI GMs, and I mean I could go on, and then I don't know, I think if I name dropped like Apollo Antonono and Michelle Kwan and some other name drops, but I mean so I mean because both of us have been on TV, we're both celebrities, and so yeah. And I think we could be the first Special Olympics athlete couple that are podcasting. Is that true?
Yeah.
The original Special Olympics athlete couple podcasters, you think? I think so.
Asking Georgia.
What?
Are you asking me, or are you asking Georgia?
I'm asking you / Georgia.
Yeah, no, I think you two are the first. You're the trailblazer.
Yeah. So. I mean, and I think Tim even said like I'm the first athlete to be podcasting.
Sure.
So
I don't most definitely. I don't. I'm not aware of any other Special Olympic athletes that have a podcast. Are you?
Some of them have video shows. Like there's one that I met remember I was in Dublin last October for the Global Athlete Leadership Workshop. Fun time. I had a lot of stuff going on last fall in like September, October, and like I was really overwhelmed. So doing that entire 5-day workshop, which was jammed with workshop stuff for athlete leaders, and we were the only U.S. program, I was like overwhelmed. So like I wasn't my totally enthusiastic self, but I did. There was another athlete leader in Romania that has his own video television program. And then I know a few other ones like locally here that have some video shows, but audio podcasting really one of the first. Yeah. So I guess just to wrap up, Georgia has a question for you. Oh, and this week we were supposed to be talking about family date nights and how our families are loving and supportive and encouraging to us when it comes to date nights / us.
But I think it's a great topic
for this week. Yeah, we're already 44 minutes into this episode, but so we'll get there, and we're going to call both of our dads on air. My dad decided he wasn't going to pick up, but I kind of think he will be. He is just down the hall from where I am broadcasting right now, so what?
I said, where he is,
Yeah, unless he's taking a walk, then that could be. So, but I would hear the door open, so Okay, anyways,
right.
/ he would walk. Well, unless he goes if he goes into a kitchen, then I won't see him because there's there's a little bit of a distance there. So, okay, Georgia has a question for you as we wrap up this segment.
So I do have a question. What do you do in your spare time?
What do I do in my spare time? Well, I am a mom of 4 kids, ages 15, 17, 19, and 21. And but they're now older, so it's not the same kind of busy as it was when they were younger. I love this stage in life. It's really fun, and during quarantine, it's been really fun with my girls. My oldest is my son, Easton. He is down in Florida. So I will just FaceTime with him once a week or a couple times a week just to catch up with him. But
I thought he was going. I thought your son Easton was going to school on the West Coast or Arizona.
For 1 year,
oh, okay.
And then he didn't. It just wasn't for him, and so working full time in Florida and loves it, and he's doing really well.
Awesome.
His is music production and putting beats together, maybe the right term to use, but he just had a song released on.
We'll have to link to it in the show notes.
Huh?
We'll have to put a link to it in the show notes on DanielandGeorgia.com or SpecialChronicles.com.
That would be great, Daniel.
So you have to. Can you text me a link to it? Is it on Spotify? Can you text me a link to?
Yeah. I can definitely.
Spotify or whatever. I don't know all the different music places people can. I mean, is it on YouTube or like on YouTube Music? Isn't YouTube? I think YouTube Music's a thing. You know.
Probably. He did that. It is out on everything, and the song is called Instagram. And
oh, very cool. That's a really cool song.
And the singer, the person that he produced it with and sings with is Doc Native. Doc Native. He and his brother won a video music award a couple years ago for a song they put together. They're Native Americans, and they put a song together about the pipeline in South Dakota, I think it is. And so they won a VMA award for that. He's a very talented individual, and so Easton connected with him last year and has been working with him on a number of different things, and hopefully they're going to have another song come out soon. But it's something that Easton is constantly working on. He's been doing this since I don't know, the middle part of high school, and good at it. I really hope that into a full-time career for him. So in the meantime, he's working another job and then doing this on the side, and so it was really exciting for me and Mom to have this song come out, because I know that he's been working really hard, and it's exciting to see your work actually makes it out to the general public.
Yeah.
And it was number one on something, on one of the different audio.
iTunes maybe? iTunes.
But I do want to mention that the more people listen to it, then the more I think chances he'll get for it number one. So
we'll put So we'll. So you have to send me a link to a song, and we'll share it on all of our social medias and show notes.
And me too.
And Georgia will too. So, and speaking of, before we let you go, speaking of songs, there's a song, you know the artist Matthew West, right?
Oh my gosh, that song I love.
Well, no, his song was Take Out, but then he grew up like in the town next to where I grew up.
Oh wow!
And like I've never been to a concert of his yet. I would love to someday, but like I love his music, and he wrote a song and a music video that he did with his family at his house called Quarantine Life.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
So I'll have to. What?
Did you listen to it?
It's a bunch of times. Yeah, just go to look up. I think it's Matthew. Just look up Matthew West on Instagram. I think I just Instagram handle. I share it all the time. His stuff, but at Matthew, is it Matthew W West? No, Matthew J West. Matthew something West. Is his Instagram?
Oh, I don't know. I just know him as Matthew West.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, his Instagram. Let me do a search on his Instagram. Live. Let's see, Matthew. Oh, we go. It's Matthew J West is his Instagram handle. Matthew J West, and it's called Quarantine Live. The picture is of a toilet paper thing with, like, did you see that? Did you see that?
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I thought the other song.
Take Out. Take Out.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Wasn't that for what we're going through right now?
Well, I mean, so Quarantine Life is more of a fun song of what. It's more of like a fun, upbeat song of what we're going through right now with everybody staying at home. But Take Out is what?
The photo says it all.
Yeah, but so that's more of like a fun song for what we're going through. Take Out is more of a kind of slow song for what we're going through. Definitely. Yeah. So a lot of music for people to listen to when they're staying at home and in quarantining. So in social distancing, which is a new tone this year, I think. So. Before we let you go and we get on to the rest of the program today, just you wanted to kind of just share as we usually end conversations. I like to call it a conversation and not an interview, because you can actually go to specialchronicles.com/how-to-podcast, or it's also the videos on specialolympics.org as well, where I talk about how instead of calling it an interview, because who wants to listen to an interview? That's so blah. So blah, right? An interview is all blah. So I like to call it a podcast conversation, because that's more what people want to listen to, I think.
Yeah.
So So as we wrap up this live phone call conversation with you, Darian, and you got to have a meet and greet with Georgia for the first time. Hopefully in the near future in person. When we make it out to DC together, it'll be probably our first time flying somewhere together.
Yes, it'll be our first time traveling
together. I mean, both of us have traveled separately, but never together, if that makes sense. So,
well, how long dating?
So we figured. March 2020. So what? 2 months ago was 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
So that's why. But so and now if people are a little bit confused, like even our families are some people are a little confused at that. That's because the first few years we won't what the kids call Facebook official. We didn't put it out on social media. We didn't tell our friends or family. Like we really, right, Georgia? I mean, like so. It wasn't until like the past couple of years when we actually kind of publicly told people. So, which a lot of people might be surprised because, like, especially with being in the media, being in the digital media, you think you're so you're so like a personality or a public figure that you would be. But there are all things like some personal, like in your personal life, like not everything is in your public life. We do have a personal life, and so that's why the first few years, which
and you wanted to get to know each other in a private way.
Yeah.
Not public.
Yeah,
public way.
Yeah, and I think that goes along with our story that we want to tell people. If you have a podcast, if you have a platform, if you're a public figure, don't begin your relationship in a public way. So kind of begin private, work for a few years, and then so.
Yeah, I have a question for you too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once the stay-at-home order is lifted in Illinois, what is the first thing you two are planning to do together?
This day we're going to go on a bike ride with our moms, but I don't know that we're going to do that social distancing.
Darian, the last time that Dan came, he actually came in Oak Park where I live, and
5 you.
he was so we had a couple of dates here in Oak Park. We went to Cooper's Hawk. We went there for New Year's a couple years ago. And
But
then we went to Illuminati's. We went to the movies.
So that's what we did in the past. But what are we going to do like once this whole stay-at-home thing is lifted?
Well, he and I will be going to museums.
Yeah.
Am I gonna take a walk? Am I gonna have one movie night here at my house or his house? It depends on once the transportation will be answered by each parent. So basically, we had to branch out to do other things, not just being inside inside the house.
Can you see that she's already decided? No, I don't have.
Yeah.
Do you want me to answer?
No, I mean, it's like, who knows when it's going to happen, first of all, right? But, and who knows, may change. You may say one thing today, and then it may change just depending on when the stay-at-home order is lifted. Could be 4 weeks from now.
Well, I kind of think it is that we won't get back to a new normal. It'll be a new. It won't be like the past. It'll be a new normal until January 2021. And I say that because it's super slow with the airport, and I'm kind of going off of that. But also, I kind of think it won't be till January.
Well, my guess is either going to be on June 1st or the very end of May.
So
those are my two guesses.
So that's what Georgia thinks. I think it won't be till January 2021. What do you think, Darian?
Well, I think that starting at the beginning of the summer, I think throughout the country, they'll do gradual rollouts of people re-entering their community. And I think it will really depend on what the reaction of the virus is, because there's a lot of speculation that once everybody gets back into their community and is going back to work, that the virus could spread again, and then we'd all have to go back into quarantine. So I think it's kind of a wait and see what happens, and just and take it day by day, really. And hopefully we can all ease back into it and not have a spread of the virus. But
exactly. Yeah. So this is this having you on is we're at about 59 minutes. So we're probably gonna have to divide this into 2 episodes. But
What?
What? Yeah.
Happens whenever I'm on.
Like when we had you on after the 50th, we divided that into 3 episodes. So we had which is what? Yeah, like 2.5 hours of 2.5 hours into a three episodes. So
I know we need to wrap up, but I just have a question. So, Georgia, what's your favorite thing about Daniel?
It's in season 2, episode 1.
Well, my favorite thing about Daniel is that he is overwhelming. He makes me laugh. The other thing, what I really like most of Daniel is his enthusiasm. He has a way of taking a lot of pictures, and that's the one thing that he and I have in common is we take lots of pictures. And I love his smile. I think about him every day and night. I miss him. And this is the only way that I only get to talk to him.
On the
And when we have date chats, we only have that on FaceTime only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say overwhelming in a good way? I think
It is. You are a very overwhelming guy because you don't take things out of control. You're an in control type person.
And what were you saying, Darian?
I said it has to be positive because I said it. I asked Georgia what are her favorite things about you.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the next question is for you. What
So, my favorite thing about Georgia is her smile, her cute laugh, her just her love of movies, her love of date nights, her love of me, her she's in tears now. Wait, what?
her love. You should stop right there. Her love for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good thing. This is a very good cry.
Yeah. Oh, so
I love him a lot.
Did you see Darian when I was an athlete reporter at the NBA All-Stars Unified game in Chicago this past February? And so there's a video on SpecialOlympics.org that it was this impromptu interview. So me and two staff on the Special Olympics Illinois marketing team, Alex and Bridget. Bridget does all social media now.
Yeah.
And so we were at the Winchester Arena in Chicago, and so it was, which I don't know why they did it there, but I won't get into that. It was the celebrity game was about to get started, and so it was after the unified game. We walk in and we ran into one of the celebrity coaches, and it was a Mr. Andy Gramo, who I didn't know who he was. Georgia introduced me to this. Your kids probably know who he is, but Andy Gramo, and I said, and so I went up to him just out of the blue, and because he was one of the celebrity coaches, and and so I said, my girlfriend introduced me to you and your music, and he asked me what song, and I was like, I forgot. And so
it's actually Honey I'm Good.
Yeah, it's Honey I'm Good, which is, I looked it up on YouTube later, and it's like a live performance of him doing it, and so now that's kind of and so I did an interview with him. The Special Olympics International edited that interview, and they put some background footage to it, and they really edited it. I mean, it's on Special. It was coverage for Special Chronicles, but they put it on SpecialOlympics.org, and yeah, so it got out there like a lot. And so, but Andy did a surprise video message for Georgia. It was like 17 seconds long, and Georgia came to our United Special Olympics Job Share Day, which hopefully if United ever does it at the airport, get Joelle to this job share day, because she's gonna love it at United Airlines. And so it was after the job share day. I went into the conference room in the manager's office, and I actually lost.
You showed me the video.
Because I played it for her. Then one of our mentors, who's one of the customer service agents, who quick side note, this mentor of ours, her name's Monica. She actually got COVID-19. She's now at home recovering, so that's good. She's recovering. So thankfully she's recovering. But anyway, so Monica filmed this, and so Darian, I will have to text you the video from Andy Graham.
Link.
The video, yeah. Well, I've got the actual video on my phone.
Can you, Daniel? Because I remember.
Yeah. And then I posted that and Georgia's response, where she was in tears. So, yeah, I think I got some points there.
And well, there was in the video, Andy Grammer said that the three of us are really gonna hang out with him, especially.
Which I would love it. I want to try to get him to see all summer games. I'm sure just like in Maryland, your summer games are probably canceled, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So, but I'm hoping next year, 2021, we can. I would love to try to see if we can get Andy Graham. He's in Los Angeles, but I would love to have him come and perform at our opening ceremonies. And then, in addition to that, I would love for him to invite Georgia and me backstage to one of his concerts.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Dan, that would be
Wait,
a great present.
You cut out the Darian.
Did you get his contact information?
I've got his Instagram. I should have got. I know. I always do this. Don't I always do this? I always forget to like.
Daniel, you have to always keep your business card.
I do. I've got my.
Here.
Yes, I always have my Special Chronicles business cards. I always have my business card in my wallet. I always carry a few in my wallet in my back pocket. But like, I just need, I
caught up in the moment.
I know I was caught up in the moment, but like, yeah. So I'm gonna work on getting better at like passing that out. I've got like 3 business cards: Special Chronicles, Special Olympics, this is IGM, and ComEd. 3 like literally. I'm not gonna show the video viewers, but I'll show you doing. Look on.
I can't. Oh.
What?
I can't. My screen is green.
Oh, okay.
I know. I think my computer is older, and so for some reason the FaceTime, the Zoom, I don't have a problem with. But for some reason,
okay. All right. Well,
I love it because it's a bigger screen, but for some reason there's something going wrong with them.
All right.
So I can't see.
We'll let you get going, but first, you just want to kind of share the way that we usually end these conversations is final thoughts on your overall time on the Daniel and Georgia show. But in answering what your final thoughts is, if you could kind of include the impact that the Daniel and Georgia show has had on you and / is continually going to have on you and your family and all Special Chronicles platform listeners.
Well, thank you so much for having me on your show. I am very honored to be on, and Georgia, it was so wonderful to finally meet you, sort of in person, right?
Yeah.
It's finally to meet you.
Yeah, and I'm so happy for you too. You are such a wonderful inspiration to so many people around the world, and just to give people hope about working, being involved in your community, and finding true love. And that is something that is going to inspire so many people, because it's so important. Relationships are so important. And a lot of times in the special needs community, people on the outside will have negative opinions about people having a relationship, which I don't know why, because we all have feelings, and if you need the love of your life, be able to spend time with the love of your life. And so I am so grateful that I know you two, and that you two are together, and that you have this platform to share your love story and inspire people and let them know. You're giving them hope that they too may live their life at some point. And it's so great. And I can't wait for all your episodes coming up and listening to your story and just all the different things that you're going to share with everybody about relationship and how you both are moving through the world together and sharing so many great things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dylan.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Darian. Yeah, it's I definitely agree with you. Yeah, I definitely feel like the conversations that Georgia and I, and even hopefully we can continue to bring on both of our family members on, and as we share these real life conversations, I think it kind of goes into something that back when we were in Abu Dhabi, fellow SSIGM Ian, we will go into the my mentor Chris and I, we were kind of pulled in to go into the Berlin embassy for the 2023 reception. We wanted to go to the evening volleyball, unified volleyball thing, but anyway, I won't get into that. But we were having Ian kind of brought up this conversation about having this tough topic that I'm not going to mention right now, but I think it's a topic that we could get into in the future. So I'm not going to bring it up now, but I'll just tell that I think Georgia and I, we will get into topics on the Daniel and Georgia show that are topics that, yes, we could cover on the Special Chronicles show, which is our flagship program, but I think it's better that we have these real life conversations on this program, because it's that way we can focus on other conversations on that flagship show.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have a focus for each of the shows.
Yeah.
So then you have a distinction, and people know what they're going to be hearing when they listen to Special Chronicles, and then when they listen to the Daniel and Georgia show, that is going to be slightly different, and the root of it is going to be about your relationship together, and
adventures,
things, and also I think as a program suggestion for the Daniel and Georgia show would be to reach out to other couples that are out there and have them on your show and
on this show.
I think that'd be a good idea, Neil.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a great idea too, because do you know Matthew and Krista Williams from Canada?
I don't.
So Matthew Williams used to be in SSIGM a few classes ago, and we actually met them in Abu Dhabi because they were Athlete guests, and so but I had them on titled "Achieving Marriage Dreams," I think is the episode I titled that, something like that. But then I also know Lisa and Colt Noble, they were two athlete leaders in Illinois, and then there was also from Born This Way, Christina and her husband. What's Christina's husband's name? I should know this. They live in Long Beach, which is where I was born. I was born in Long Beach, where they live. I was born in Long Beach, California. What's his name?
You have them on.
Wait,
absolutely.
What's her name? What's his name? Her husband's name? Christina's husband's name is I should look it up on Facebook. But I forgot. I'm sorry if Christina is listening. I'm sorry I'm blinking on your husband. But yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And really, I think it's also important that you share challenging topics too about whatever it may be, and when you have some of these other couples on, because I think addressing challenging topics as well as not so challenging topics are so that people can full scope of the relationship and really to demonstrate or to show how our relationship is no different from any other relationship that's out there. You know,
Absolutely.
We have our struggles, you know, we have our good times too.
Absolutely. So we could have you on for a whole nother hour, but you know, we'll have to have you back on the show, and maybe we'll also have to have Joelle on as well.
Yeah.
The Daniel and Georgia show.
Yeah.
And hopefully when we do come out, I can hopefully travel with this Rodecaster Pro with my microphones, not this mic because I don't want to. I want to leave this in the studio. This nice thing in the studio. I'm petting the blue mic but we'll have to have. I know we'll have to do it. We'll have to sit at your kitchen table and do a kitchen table show. Yeah,
that would be great, Daniel. We would love to have you here. Always welcome.
So yeah.
And Georgia, you too.
Yeah.
So we would love to have you come visit us as well.
Yeah.
So
and then we'll have to do a kitchen table show.
Yeah, I love that idea.
I know. Yeah, it's in
I love that idea.
Yeah, like and then we can eat and do a kitchen table show at the same time, right? Georgia can cook for us. Good.
Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll make this happen sometime in the near future when the whole stay at home is lifted.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Awesome. So have a good night, and you can keep watching the live stream.
Yeah, I was not seeing it on there, Daniel. I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Oh, go to @Special Chronicles or @Daniel and Georgia. It's on both pages. Now people are commenting on all things on our live. So either page, @Special Chronicles or @Daniel and Georgia.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Take care.
Bye, Dan. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Georgia. So excited for you both. And I can't wait to see all the episodes coming up with you too.
Awesome.
Take
care. All right. Awesome. So that was Darian Packard, one of our good friends of the program, volunteer producers, board member. Yeah, awesome. So that was a great conversation, right?
Yeah. That lasted till 7.
Yeah, I know. We all had an hour and 18 minutes, so we all went in late. So I think what we should do, Georgia, if it's okay with you, we should put Darian's guest appearance as one episode, and then we'll talk about family date nights on another episode. Is that good?
Yeah, that'd be good.
So maybe what we should just call it is we'll call it a extended friend. We'll call it an extended friend date night show. That's what we'll call that one. We'll call it extended friend, because last week was friends date night show. So we'll call this extended friend date nights. So let's just we can edit this later, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the live video on this and just say, tell people, go to donate SpecialChronicles.com/give, SpecialChronicles.com/give to support this podcast. Thank you to our sponsor, ComEd Energy Force program, SpecialChronicles.com/ComEd. You can connect with us. Go to @DanielandGeorgia on social media. @PoManDan for me. Look up Georgia. Look up @Special Chronicles, #Special Chronicles. Just go to visit our show page, DanielandGeorgia.com. You can also visit our network at SpecialChronicles.com. And we'll be back next week. Next episode, we're going to continue the recording here for the next episode, which is on family date nights, right?
Yes.
So that's coming up next. on the Daniel and Georgia Show. So let's just play our outro, and then we're going to go to the next episode. Till next week, remember, choose to include
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.